Alright, welcome to the M56 swap. I've been waiting for a while to change out this automatic transmission to a 5-speed. I got all my parts on deck. Some of my videos you see me getting the clutch and the flywheel together and some of the other parts. So now that I got all my stuff together, I'm going to start. This isn't really going to be a step-by-step video, it's just going to kind of be a little log of me and my experience here. I'm going to be pulling the whole engine and transmission out of the top of the car with an engine hoist and setting it on the ground, and then unbolting the automatic, bolting up the 5-speed, then setting it back in the car. I'm going to do some other stuff like some subframe bushings while I have the engine out, and we're going to reinstall it. So far I got pretty much everything off the top of the motor. All the accessories are out. I mean, I'm not really going to go over everything I ripped out of here, but pretty much everything I need is out of the way and unplugged. I know it looks like a crazy mess, but I know where everything goes, and pretty soon we're going to start pulling this thing out of here. I got the passenger side axle removed, and I got all this shit unbolted here, so that axle's out. We got to get the other axle out, and then do some motor mount work on the bottom, unbolt some of that shit, and we'll be ready to start jacking up. Hopefully I'm going to have my brother here to help me with the engine hoist and stuff like that. Either that or my uncle's going to come down here, so I wouldn't recommend trying to do it by yourself, but I might end up having to, so we'll see what happens. So I'm going to start taking apart this wheel well here, get this axle out, drained all the tranny fluid down there, and put that bolt back in, and get these axles out. Alright, so I skipped ahead a little bit as always, but it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't leave out a bunch of shit. So obviously got the engine hanging, automatic transmission is off, laying there. The 5-speed is pre-serviced and ready to get installed. I just got to unbolt this flex plate right here, which I started doing. I'm going to go up for a cup of coffee right now because those bolts take forever to get out. I'm going to also get my little electric impact gun. I already cracked them loose with the ratchet. I'm just going to back them out with the impact. It'll be a little bit faster. I've been using this Harbor Freight electric ratchet on a lot of jobs here. It doesn't have a lot of torque or anything, but it makes some shit a lot faster when you get in there and you can only swing the ratchet a fucking half a degree. That thing's nice to have. So we got the motor out of here. I got a lot of this degreased. Came in here with some purple power and fucking rubbed it all down. A lot of the paint actually came off the wheel wells there from me using a scouring pad. So I guess they only put one coat on it there at Volvo on the inside. But yeah, we got the engine bay cleaned out. Got the engine cleaned up. Pretty much everything's all degreased. I got a 36mm fucking, or no, this isn't a 36. This is a 30mm holding that thing down while I back these off because it'll just turn the whole engine over. Before you attempt to remove all these bell housing bolts and try to remove the transmission, you're gonna have to go through the back side and remove the starter and access these holes here. There's going to be holes every so often where the flex plate bolt to the torque converter, so you got to back those 6 bolts out where the transmission's not going to want to come off of there for you. You're going to be pulling and pulling forever. Another tip I might give you, if you're separating the transmission like I did and I just kind of had it hanging here with the jack underneath it, it's easy for it to rotate and hit this crank position sensor. I could have easily snapped this thing off because of the way that the transmission like twisted around on there, but this only takes 2 seconds to unbolt this thing so you don't break it. I broke it off on the 240 and I just JB welded it back on because I couldn't access it to put a new piece of metal on it. 240's been running on JB weld for the past 2 years. So yeah, we're gonna brew up some Joe and get this fucking thing slapped on. Got a little rear main seal leakage. She's leaking. Maybe we should be getting the rear main seal right about now. Alright, so I had to order the rear main seal. It's going to be here in 2 days. Wanted to get the genuine Volvo seal instead of getting some garbage from AutoZone or something like that. So while I got these 2 days waiting, I'm going to do the subframe bushings that I got. These are Durlin plastic. They're kind of like polyurethane, but I guess it's better than polyurethane. These came from Calfanky Racing, or I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, but I'll put a link in the description to the website I got these from. They're like 170 bucks. They go in the subframe. If you don't know, the subframe is what carries the steering rack and the rest of the engine and stuff like that. It has a lot to do with the handling. So we're going to replace these. I'll wait for the rear main seal to come in the mail. Oh, you motherfucker.